Hey there, it's Pat here from Scrivener Art and Design. Today I'm going to be sharing with you that third and final episode of my vertical abstract landscape diptych that I started previously, and perhaps you've watched the other episodes. If not, you can go back and find those so that you watch them in sequence. It'll make more sense. So, if you like what you're seeing, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that little bell so that you get notifications when I post up future videos. So let's get started. I'll see you on the other side. Well, that little spot had to go. I'm not sure why I was hanging on to that. Sometimes we keep things thinking that they're precious, but we have to let them go. So I'm just going back and building up more layers. I'm adding some more cool colors into the equation here. And again, working around the whole canvas and adding bits just kind of randomly without thinking too much. I'm just trying to go back and build up my layers. So I've mixed up a lighter value in the yellow by adding white to that dairy lied yellow, and using my big scraper brush, going around, adding it here and there just to bring some light into the painting. So now I've abandoned my photograph and I'm just really wanting to respond to the painting now and not to the digital study that I made. I don't generally like working from the photograph, so it doesn't take me too long before I quit referring to it and just go and start making the painting my own. So again, building up layers, using that brush. You'll notice that I keep it on the side a lot and just apply the paint quickly, not really putting a lot of extra effort into it, just laying it on. So again, I've mixed this green. It is not a pre-mixed green. It is one that I made with the colors on my palette. Coming in with a palette knife here, something I don't use too much, but I'm just wanting to get a little bit of texture that you can get with a knife and building up that cad red. Now, often people ask me how I get my colors so rich, and it is this layering technique to build up layers of color and modulate your colors a bit as well, so that you're getting various colors coming through the paint, and also working with a variety of transparent or translucent paint along with some opaque paint can really make a difference in how your colors really vibrate. So I'm adding a little bit of red here just randomly in amongst my tree branches, coming back in, adding more in my sky, lightening the value up a little bit, and again working with this big color shaper brush. It's very efficient for bigger spaces, and I like how I can flatten the paint out with it. So it is one of my favorite tools. And now I've got the smaller one in my hand. These are inexpensive and, sorry, they are expensive. But I like how they clean. They don't have bristles, so you can't really ruin the brush. And I can use it with all my mediums, which is really nice as well. So it is a multi-purpose type of a brush. There are different brands available, I think, and this one is called Color Shaper, and it comes out of the UK, so it tends to be a little bit hard to find here, but I am lucky my local art store does carry them and will bring in different sizes. So it's nice to be able to get what you want. So I hope if you want to try one of these, you can find it for yourself or something similar. Just going back in and adding a few finer lines in places. And you'll see down the line here that I get rid of a lot of what I put in. So that is the yin-yang of painting. Really adding and subtracting and trying things. We don't always know what's going to work until we try it. And I like to think nothing is ever a mistake. It's just part of the painting, and it's nice to build up the history. And even if we let things go, sometimes we like them, but they don't work. So nothing is precious. We just have to work with the painting. I work very intuitively, and that's what I'm doing now as I head towards the finish line of this painting, is just really tap into my intuition and really watch the painting and see what it wants. So you're not going to see all the pauses because I've cut them out, but I do step back a lot. So here you see me adding just some fine lines, bringing a little bit of messiness almost down into this bottom part, which would be like branches in the water, perhaps, whatever you want it to be. So just try to loosen up a little bit and have a little bit less structure in this area. Now you can see I somehow missed recording it, but that branch at the top changed. I eliminated a lot of it and brought it down more. It just wasn't feeling right to me, and it's interesting, on my initial sketch it wasn't like that at all. Like I put it in, it was more like this. So I think in some ways I was thinking kind of of the cruciform design when I did this, trying to be very abstract but yet have an organic landscape flavor to it. I just had to get it looking a little more natural and organic than I had it there. It wasn't working. So again, just building up more layers and modulating the colors slightly. I don't like necessarily sticking with this exact same tone all the time. Putting a little bit of red around the edge just to kind of have a little bit of continuation of that red into the sky. And it's surprising when you can put just a little tweak of color that it can make a big difference. Just changing the sky up a little bit. Again, making it a little lighter, a little warmer. So I just keep working on it and building up layers and tweaking things until I really feel it's finished and there's nothing left that is bothering me at the time. So that is my process. It is not the process for everyone. Some people like much quicker results from beginning to end. Here you see me adding a little bit of the green highlights in places, just really trying to bring this painting together now. It's always about how much to add and how much to leave. So I felt like it needed a bit of sunshine over in this area just to pull my yellow up and around. So you want to make sure that your eye is moving all around and through the painting, and that it feels really balanced. That's the other thing. Color can really throw the feeling of balance in a painting. So we really want to look at that, and we want to also end up with either a predominantly warm or a predominantly cool painting. Don't want it to end up being half and half. So again, I'm just really at this point, I'm getting near completion. I'm just tweaking, putting in some details. See me adding little hints of red here and there to keep our eye traveling up that strong vertical line. Trying to soften some of my edges. Just going in, adding more layers, tweaking the color. Putting a little bit more light in. Trying to blend the color. I'm just taking that branch out. Just felt it was better without it. So here you see the two together, and this is the final result of the painting and some close-up detail for you to take a look at, and how the building up of layers really creates an interesting textural surface with a lot of different colors peeking through. It gives it lots of interest, and here you see it in a setting. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope the client likes it too. So you can see that the process is quite different with acrylic, and I certainly struggle with the blending and stuff that I'm able to do with the cold wax and oil. So switching back and forth between mediums can be a challenge, but I hope that you gain some insight from it and that you will try working this way yourself. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and sharing this out with your friends. Thanks so much, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.